Hey, what's up, guys? Jason here. Happy Friday to you. Hope y'all had a good week. I just want to hop on real quick and talk about a couple things and I feel like really just breaking some lies down, um, breaking some limiting beliefs that we might have, and just shattering them and helping us get through this threshold of complacency or this area that we feel like we're trapped in, or leashed to. Um, like a dog running on a leash. You know what I mean? Like you could get trained, or a better example, I guess, would be like an electric fence. A dog has an electric collar, and it knows, like, when you first put the electric fence in, the dog will run to the barrier and get shocked, and then it will run to the barrier, get shocked. But sooner or later, the dog learns how far it can go where it doesn't get shocked anymore. And the crazy thing is, you take the electric fence down, turn it off, that dog will still stop there, right? And there's so many things that we've been programmed to, like these addictions we get caught in. Every so far we go, we get that shock. Like, I've tried quitting weed so many times, I've tried quitting pills, I've tried drinking so many times, and every time I get to this perimeter, the electric fence, if you will, I get shocked. So I want to stay in my enclosed yard, in my happy zone, my happy place, my comfort zone, where you're not really living your life. You know what I mean? And so, even if the electric fence per se is not turned off, like, we can get used to the shock of being sober, the shock of living the life we should be living, instead of living the life numbing ourselves, using drugs, using whatever to cope with life and our problems and our issues or whatever. And the thing is the electric fence is off in our life. You know what I mean? Like, we just we have to walk through it. We shouldn't walk to that edge of living our life where we should be. We shouldn't walk to that area with timidity. Like, let's run to it, and, like, there's another lie too, that, like, just you feel like it's impossible. Like, I remember trying to quit weed so many times, just one example, or tried to quit Percocets, tried to quit Crado. um like, I developed this limiting belief in my mind, like, it's not possible. Like, I don't think I'm gonna ever be able to quit. Like, the pain is too extreme, and I literally felt trapped. I'm like, what am I gonna do? And just one thing that really helped me was, like, hearing other people's stories, looking, like, I remember reading, like, Reddit forums when I was trying to quit kratom, and, like, reading people's, like, success stories showed me that it's possible, showed me that I can do this. Hey, if they can do it and they're telling me how they did it, I mean, if they can do it, I can do it. And there's a really cool example about this with the 4 minute mile run, right? Um, Up until 1954, I believe, Roger Bannister um, broke the 4 minute mile. So up until, like, 1954, all these people kept trying to beat to break the 4 minute mile, and no one could do it. No one could do it. And it was thought that it was just physically impossible for the human being to break the 4 minute mile run, to run a mile in less than 4 minutes. And Roger Bannister did it. And it was like 3 minutes, 59 seconds, 59.6 seconds. Like, just barely beat it. But one thing he credited it to is he would visualize in his mind and believe so much in himself that he did it, you know. And the crazy thing is once he beat the 4 minute mile, he showed the world that it's possible. And less than a year later, someone else broke the 4 minute mile. And now to this day, I just looked this up. Over 1,000, almost 1,500 people have now ran a mile in less than 4 minutes. And so just one person, you guys, that has conquered what you're struggling with shows you it's possible. You know, it's so many times we can think it's such a bigger deal. It's such a bigger challenge, and than it really is. You know, it feels like it is. Like I for sure remember how big this thing looked like. Like quitting weed looked like the hardest thing I've ever done, and to be honest, like it was super hard. It really was. But looking back at like the way I was thinking and the way I think now, it's like, you know, it really wasn't as hard as I thought. It was just like learning how to live, learning how to be without it. Takes time, you know, developing new coping mechanisms, learning to deal with your emotions, and not being so instant gratification focused, and be more long-term, delayed gratification focused, thinking more bigger picture, bigger perspective. I kind of look back like I was just thinking immaturely, had the wrong perspective, right? But I'm just here, you guys, to tell you, like, if I can do it, and you know that I'm not the only one. If I can do this, you can do this. Like, we have showed you, I have showed you that it's possible. You know? So, just really ride on that. Like, hey, like, if someone like me can do it, for real, guys, like, if you know me, like, man, I wish some of you could knew who I was, and it's probably a lot of people never expected that I would be sober. You know what I mean? And so if someone like me can do it, and I struggled for years to quit, you know? And really, the game changer was believing it's possible, knowing it's possible. I remember visualizing it. I remember dreaming of myself being free, and it just lit me up with joy. And there's like a combination of so much we can do that can help us. I don't want to really get too much off topic for this video, but and of course just relying on the power of God, you know, like the creator of the universe is on our side and working through us, powering us to help us do what we could never do on our own. And not only just get sober, but to love, to live, you know, with that kind of energy and that kind of love and compassion and humility and purpose, and to live how we were designed to live, right? Like, we weren't designed to be on all sorts of drugs and chemicals and self-medicating all day, drinking. I mean, it's just not, it's not what we're called for, you know? And I know so many of us get caught up in that. We're just looking for happiness. We're just looking for joy. We're just looking to get rid of the pain. We're just looking to feel better, you know? And it really, it's hard to even blame people. Like, man, they just want to be happy, you know? They just want to feel better. And I get it. But just reaching to drugs or chemicals, substances, it's just not the answer, of course, you know? It's just a Band-Aid. Let's let our wounds heal. Let's let the pain we're running from, let's face it instead of run from it. And let the healing begin. Let let the suffering process that is necessary happen, so we can grow, so we can heal, so we can become who we should become. And not only that, but become who we should be for ourselves, but for others. And that's a whole nother thing, guys. It's like that drive we need to do. Why are we even doing this? Why do I want to be sober? Why are you just thinking about you? Or do you have other people in your life that you're thinking of? Why do you live? Why do you do what you do? And when we start seeing the purpose in our life, these driving forces, that we're living for so much more than just ourselves. Like, I don't just live for me. I live for everyone around me. I just want to make a better impact anywhere I go, whether it's at work, at church, in my home, with friends. Wherever I am, I want to add value to where I'm at. I don't want to be a taker. I don't want to just take. I want to give back, And I tell you, when you're living with that mentality, life is so much sweeter, And so what happens when we're caught up in these addictions, we just become so self-focused. We're so just thinking about us and what we want. And I was so shallow-minded, guys, in my addictions. Like, all I was focused on was just my feelings, my emotions. I just want to feel better. I don't really care, I just want to feel better. And so what I'm just trying to say is, like, why are you doing this for? What do you want to be sober for? What do you want to stop these bad habits for? And I just tell you, like, if you don't find those reasons, then look for them. And just even this thought too, is that there's other people that you haven't even met yet that are gonna need you, that are gonna help you, or that they're gonna need your help, and they'll also help you too. But that's not what I was saying. Anyways, but yeah. And another thing, I know, and this is super random, just throwing random stuff out here, but another thing, guys, is like, who in your life can you help right now? Like, think about it. Who in your life maybe don't you want to help, but maybe you should. Just think about that. There's people all around us that are hurting. They're going through things, and a lot of people are dealing with things like undercover, and not everyone's open about their issues or their problems or their addictions or what they're going through. So, guys, if you see anyone that can help, that you can help, then you should help them. Even just simple as, like, asking, like, how they're doing, like, but really asking how they're doing. Asking if you can pray for them. Just really caring. And yeah, another thing, guys, huge thing that helped was making YouTube videos. And so if any of you guys are contemplating, like, making videos, sharing your story, sharing your journey, you 100% should do it. Like, the biggest breakthrough I experienced was no longer hiding my faults, my problems, my issues, but, like, just completely opening up, being vulnerable, and exposing myself. Like, that brought such healing to me, such, like, growth, because, like, I'm no longer hiding anything. Like, I don't have anything to hide, Like, literally, you guys, like, some of you guys who watch my videos, you know more about me than maybe some other people, like, where I work or whatnot, even though I'm pretty vocal about my journey and my story. I'm not scared to open up with these videos. I think it's liberating, it's powerful. And so, guys, I really want to encourage you. Everyone has a story, and people need to hear it. So I know speaking on camera can be intimidating. You might not think your story is good enough or whatnot, but that's not true. there's people that need to hear your story. So I just want to encourage you guys, like, share your story. Know that it's possible if you're still in the struggle. And yeah, just keep looking at other people who've done what you're trying to do and get inspiration, get drive, get motivation for it. Look at why you're doing what you're doing, and give back in the process. You don't have to wait till you get all this progress to start helping people. You can start helping people right now, right where you're at. And that's what I did with my videos. Is I was making videos even before I got sober, and I didn't post them all right away because I was too scared. But I still had those recordings. And then even when I like quit kratom and like quit weed, cause I made those videos like, and when I saw that people were immediately watching them, I saw like immediately like, oh wow, I'm now accountable to these people. They're watching me. So it made me just, it gave me more drive to see like, hey, I'm not just doing this for me. I'm doing this for this person, this person, this person. And it's still growing. All the people that I've making a difference in, it just keeps growing. So it's hard to measure like the positive ripple effect. We could even be saving lives, guys. Because addiction, man, it's a scary thing, and there's a such thing as suicide, and it's super sad. And so, like, let's do everything we can to help our brothers, our sisters, like, break these things that they don't need to be caught up in. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, guys, it's getting pretty long video. I gotta cut it off, but have a good weekend. I love y'all. If you got comments, anything, like, please reach out. So yeah, I love you guys. God bless you. Hang loose. Peace.